Very good question. Is Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua a bigger fight than Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford? And let me counterpunch. First off, is it a bigger fight? I think these fights are in two different locations of the world. I think the man with the plan is in charge of both fights. But if you had to absolutely pick one or the other, I think the money fight would be Crawford versus Canelo. Based on the fact that Canelo is known besides the States. Tyson Fury is known also in the States as well as Anthony Joshua. The only problem with that is Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is more of a local fight now based on their accomplishments or lack of. Okay. If AJ would have came to Madison Square Garden, did his business against Andy Ruiz, kept coming to the States, as Lennox Lewis, big up England, big up, recommended, he would be more known in the States because we heard of him in the UK beating up Americans while he was in the UK. As he came to the USA, he didn't show us the same thing. He got beat, defeated for the first time in his career, and he never returned. I think because of that, that fight from Crawford and Canelo's perspective is better because Canelo has only really been beaten by two people officially, and that's Mayweather, which is one of the highest paid creme de la creme cash cows in the world. Okay, period. Then Dimitri Bivol, which is considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters today in the world. Whereas Terence Crawford has never been defeated. Okay, so you got the guy, Canelo Alvarez, the cash cow of the sport right now. That has to be the bigger fight. However, if this was in the UK, the fight means more Joshua versus Fury in the UK, but only in the UK. Maybe parts of Ireland and other parts of Europe, definitely Africa because of the roots of AJ. But no, I do think it is what it is. I think Crawford and Canelo, I think these guys have taken the lead with that just based on, again, their ability to sell tickets, But here's the weird thing about AJ and Tyson. AJ and Tyson could fill more seats in the UK than Crawford versus Canelo in the USA. Okay, the expectations there. If they knew that they could sell a bigger arena, they would. But I don't think that they know they can, so they won't. But with AJ versus Tyson Fury, as far as notoriety goes, as far as putting buns on the seat goes, that's definitely a no-brainer. AJ and Tyson will sell 100,000 plus at Wembley. You see what I mean? Whereas I don't know where they're going to fight. Maybe T-Mobile Arena. I don't even know how much it holds. Maybe 18,000. They won't sell anything that big, but it will make more money because this is the USA, because we will charge you up the ass for every single thing that you want to pay for. Only in the USA, baby. That's how it goes. So that's the yin and the yang, okay, in comparison between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, high-profile fight, legacy fight, pick'em fight, cash fight, versus Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, also cash fight, but I think it's a bit overdue, okay, and that's another factor that we need to discuss because AJ versus Tyson Fury, I think, would have been bigger 3 years ago, okay, or 4 years ago. Let's just be real. 4 years ago, AJ versus Tyson Fury would have been the biggest fight in the sport. Because there was no one Canelo could get that big. He didn't have a dancing partner that big then. Okay, so it took both fighters, Tyson Fury and AJ, to having to get beat for their notoriety and star power to diminish a bit by the defeats versus Canelo Alvarez, because that's the only way that Canelo was going to outsell AJ and Tyson together fighting one night in the ring together. But you guys tell me what you think of this question. I'll leave it on my community So you guys can vote for yourselves. I'm going to go live tomorrow and we will talk about the post at hand. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!